дорогие друзья! Мы с вами продолжаем проходить игру «Звездные войны. Рыцари Старой Республики». Мы прибыли на Дантуин, теперь нас ждет совет. Давайте двигаться. Так, похоже, мы пока не подвигаемся. Нужно будет сейчас с картом поговорить. Подходящее место.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Хочешь кое-что отвалиться?
You do? Well, fair enough. What do you want to discuss?
Я бы поговорить о вещах, которые, как мне показалось, ты хочешь со мной обсудить.
I knew you wouldn't understand where I was coming from. Let me try and explain. You got the skills of an elite commando, and you saved my butt more than once. Between that and your facility with languages, I'm lucky you're here. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop watching you being wary. I'm just not built that way. Period.
Мне в вашем стиле больше похоже на отговорку.
Maybe so, but I've been betrayed before by people. Well, it just won't happen again, that's all.
Значит, вам нужны гарантии, что я не предам вас?
I don't know that you'll betray me, but there are no guarantees. Not for you, not for me. You don't have to take it personally.
Я начинаю серьезно сомневаться, что вы вообще способны кому-то доверять.
Well, you can stop wondering. I'm not.
Мне не нужен поблизости тот, кто в меня не верит.
And I don't need all these questions. What I do need is to try and save the galaxy, if that's even possible. Why is whether or not I trust you or anyone so damned important to you? Why do you even care? We don't have time for this, so can we please just drop it for now?
Это верно. Что ж, пошлите. Нас ждут.
Bastila has told us of a most unusual development. She claims you and she have shared a dream. A vision of Malak and Revan in the ancient ruins here on Dantuin.
These ruins have long been known to us, but we believe them to be merely burial mounds. Perhaps they're more than we first suspected, if Revan and Malak found something there.
Bastila has described this shared dream to the Council in great detail. We feel it is more than a dream. It is a vision. The Force is acting through you, as it acts through Bastila.
Теперь у меня видение, да?
You and Bastila share a powerful connection to the Force, and each other. This is not unheard of. Connections often form between master and student, but rarely does a bond develop so quickly.
Whatever dangers may lie ahead, we cannot ignore the destiny that has brought you and Bastila here to us. Together.
Хотите сказать, что я связан с ней?
You and she are linked, as is your fate to hers. Together, you two may be able to stop Darth Malak and the Sith.
But do not let your head be filled with visions of glory and power. Such thoughts are the path to the dark side. The way of the light is long and difficult, as you must learn. Are you ready for such hardship?
Да, я готов ко всему, что меня ожидает.
Understand that there is little choice in this matter, for you or us. Across the galaxy, the numbers of our order dwindle. We have sent many Jedi in quest of a way to thwart Malak's advance. Many have not returned. The Sith hunt the Jedi down like animals, ambushing and assassinating our brothers wherever they are found. We fear it is only a matter of time until they discover even this hidden refuge.
Other Jedi have fallen from the light and embraced the dark side, giving their allegiance to the Sith and Malak, their Dark Lord.
Джедаи обратились на сторону зла.
The lure of the dark side is not easy to resist. Malak's power grows as more and more planets fall to his conquering armies.
If Malak is not stopped, the Republic will fall, and the Jedi will be hunted to extinction. The galaxy will enter a time of darkness and tyranny, not seen for 1,000 generations.
The Council has decreed that you and Bastila Must investigate the ancient ruins you dreamed of, once the Council deems you ready.
Perhaps there you will find some clue, some explanation of how Revan and Malak were corrupted. And perhaps there you shall find a way to stop them.
Я уже готов. Я принимаю задание.
The Force flows through you like no student we have ever seen. But you're willful and headstrong, a dangerous combination.
Before we send you to investigate the ruins, you must be trained in the ways of the Jedi, so that you can resist the darkness within yourself, within all of us. Otherwise, you are doomed to fail.
У нас нет на это времени.
You must learn patience and discipline. The ruins are a place of corruption. The dark side is strong there. We cannot risk sending you there unprepared.
We must begin your training at once. You have a destiny upon you that you must be prepared to face. The entire fate of the galaxy is upon you.
I can only hope you will prove up to the task.
The path you have chosen to walk is difficult. Intensive training will prepare you physically for the demands of the Order. Meditation will teach you to channel the power of the Force. To truly understand the way of the Jedi, you must open your mind to knowledge. Seek wisdom in the teachings of the great masters of our Order. A Jedi is never alone. Others in the Order will always stand by you. You and Bastila share a special bond. Do not be afraid to turn to her when you need help in your training. The way of the Jedi is difficult. It requires great discipline. Yet even though you are a mere apprentice, your potential is unlimited, and your progress amazing. In all my years, I have never seen one who has mastered the initial training so quickly. You have done in weeks what many cannot do in years. I am honored to welcome you fully into the Jedi Order. Soon your apprenticeship will end, and you will be granted the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy.
Что я должен сделать, чтобы доказать это?
In the traditions and customs of our Order, as handed down from master to pupil for 1,000 generations, you must successfully complete 3 tests before you earn your place among the Jedi.
Я готов к проверке, мастер Жар.
These tests will see if you have truly mastered the training you have been given, both mental and physical. Upon completing these tests, you will pass from apprentice to Padawan, and join in the ranks of the Jedi. First, I will test your knowledge of the Jedi Code. These tenets must always guide your actions. In everything you do, you must always be conscious of their wisdom. You must prove you have a Jedi's understanding of the Code. Return when you feel you are ready for this challenge. Greetings, my young pupil. Your progress has been...
Я готов продолжить тренировки.
Soon your apprenticeship will end, and you will be granted the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy. In the traditions and customs of our Order, as handed down from master to pupil for 1,000 generations, you must successfully complete 3 tests before you earn your...
Я готов к проверке, мастер Жар.
These tests will see if you have truly mastered the training you have been given, both mental and physical. Upon completing these tests, you will pass from apprentice to Padawan, and join in the ranks of the Jedi. First, I will test your knowledge. You must now prove you have a Jedi's understanding of the Code by completing these fundamental precepts of our Order. There is no emotion. There is no ignorance.
Невежество. Есть знание.
There is no passion.
Страсть есть.
That is not correct.
Нет,
There is
не так.
greeting. In the there is
Эмоции.
There-
покой, нет невежества, есть
there-
знания. Нет страсти, есть...
That is...
Не.
Greetings, my... The... There... There...
Нет страсти, есть...
There is...
Нет хаоса, есть...
There is no death.
Нет смерти и сила.
You have learned your studies well, apprentice. It will not be long before you are a full member of our order. But first, you must pass the second test and learn about the most prized possession of a Jedi. The very symbol of our order, the lightsaber. The lightsaber is the traditional weapon of our order. It is a symbol of a Jedi's skill, dedication, and authority. And each lightsaber is as individual as the Jedi who wields it. The blade is made of pure energy, focused by polished crystals in the hilt. As the second test, each Jedi must construct his lightsaber with his own hands. And now it is your time. Speak with Master Dorak, and he will guide you through the choosing of a crystal.
Перед тем, как разговаривать с мастером Дораком, давайте обучающий компьютер откроем. Скажите мне больше о джедаях-советниках. Не о джедаях-хранителях сначала. 10 жизней, 4 силы. Медленное получение навыков, быстрое приобретение способностей. Джедаи-хранители автоматически получают силовой прыжок. О джедаях-советниках. 6 жизней и 8 очков силы. Медленное получение навыков, медленное приобретение способностей. Критически получает силовой фокус. Эта способность делает устойчивым перед своими врагами и помогает им противостоять их силе. Скажите мне больше о джедаях-стражах. 8 жизней на уровень и 6 очков силы на уровень. Средняя скорость получения навыков, медленное приобретение способностей. Они получают иммунитет к страху сначала. Все. Теперь отправимся с мастером Дораком поговорим.
Ah, you have come, young apprentice, at Master Zar's bidding. He sees great promise in you, as do I. The time has come for you to choose the color of your lightsaber. This color also reflects your demeanor and position within the Order. Blue is the color of the Jedi Guardian. This Jedi battles against the forces of evil and the dark side. They focus more on combat training and use of the lightsaber. Yellow is the color of the Jedi Sentinel. This Jedi ferrets out deceit and injustice, bringing it to light. They focus less on combat and more on other skills and abilities. Green is the color of the Jedi Consular. This Jedi seeks to bring balance to the universe. They mediate between other groups, using their powers to end conflict and preserve peace.
Я хочу быть джедаем-стражем.
Indeed. We shall see. I will now ask you questions, and your responses will indicate which class you lean most towards. A woman and her small child are beset by a desperate-looking group of thugs. They're menacing her with weapons, and she screams to you for help. What do you do?
Нападу на убийц, это, наверное, хранитель. А вот, может, помогу им бежать?
Indeed. Very well. On to the next question. You are in combat with a dark Jedi allied with the Sith. There is a pause in the combat. What do you do?
Пытаюсь найти слабое место в его технике.
Yes, I suspected as much. Now for the next question. There is a locked door, and your goal lies on the other side. What do you do?
Попытаюсь открыть замок.
I am beginning to see a pattern here, apprentice. I have a feeling about what you would be best at. But first, the final question. You are the head of an enclave on a contested world. The Dark Jedi have infiltrated and are causing unrest across the planet. What do you do?
Пытаюсь заманить их в ловушку.
Yes, I thought as much. As I suspected, you would be most
Да,
suitable as a Jedi
мы станем
Sentinel.
сейчас
Which
джедаем
color and
стражем.
path do you believe yourself most suited to, apprentice?
Желтый у джедая стража.
Here is a yellow crystal for your lightsaber. Go speak to Master Jar again, and he will instruct you on how to construct it.
Все, теперь мы можем прокачать нашего персонажа по максимуму. Вот почему я держал персонажа хотя бы на 3-м уровне. Ну что ж, давайте займемся признаки. Будем качать мудрость и физическую силу параллельно. Навыки. Лечение и убеждение. Способности. Можем использовать световые мечи, защита джедая. Но это у джедая стража невосприимчивый страх. Чувствительность к силе. Вот чувствительность к силе. Это только доступно нашему персонажу. Она дает нам дополнительно 40 очков силы. После превращения в джедая. Давайте продолжим прокачивать начало борьбу с 2 клинками. Силы. Так, первая сила это у нас будет, наверное... лечение мы не можем. Тогда давайте выберем влияние на разум. Мы еще одну силу можем брать. Тогда давайте возьмем оглушить дроидом. Далее. Давайте сначала наших персонажей прокачаем, а потом займемся основным. Давайте дадим ему ловкость. Навыки лечения. Способности. Борьба с 2 оружием. У него 2 бластера в руках, поэтому ему будет очень хорошо взять эту способность. Принять. Кандерус. Тоже дадим ему ловкость. Навыки лечения. Способность. Дадим ему, наверное, мастерскую скорострельность. Принять. Теперь будем полностью прокачивать нашего героя. Навыки лечения и убеждения. Силы. Не лечить мы еще не можем взять. Так, давайте возьмем удушение. Медленно. Медленно. Недуг. Чума. Страх. Ужас. Безумие. Давайте страх, наверное, возьмем. Я знаю, что между страхом и оглушением есть большая разница. Хоть, конечно же, и страх это темная сила, но мы будем тратить очков силы чуть больше. Но оглушение, оно, наверное, работает хуже. Поэтому давайте возьмем страх. Принять. Далее идем. Навыки. Лечение и убеждение. Способности. Можем пока взять мастерский бой. Поэтому давайте возьмем, наверное, улучшенный шквал. Силы. Лечение, конечно же. Наконец-таки. Так, 7-й уровень. Лечение и убеждение. Силы. Можно доминирование разума взять, но я, наверное, не буду. Возьму лучше отключить дроида. Менять. 8-й уровень. Признаки. Давайте опять мудрость качнем, а потом будем качать физическую силу. Навыки. Лечение и убеждение. Силы. Ужас можно взять. Безумие 12 требует. Ужас можно взять. Принять. Так, 9 уровень. Навыки. Учение и убеждением. Способности. Нас оглушить нельзя. Восприимчивость рыцаря. Давайте возьмем бой с 2 клинками. Потому что мы будем с 2 световыми мечами. Потом, наверное, будем прокачивать мастер шквала полностью. А потом будем защиту джедая полностью прокачивать. Вот так вот. Силы. Так. Сопротивляемость силе. Эта способность нам, получается, даст хорошую защиту от джедаев силы. От силы джедая. Давайте возьмем сопротивляемость силе. Когда появится 10 уровень, мы, наверное, возьмем вот эту вот, подавление силы. Мы отменим 1-ю и 2-ю эту. Усиление щиты противника. А потом силовой прорыв на 15 уровне возьмем. Силовой прорыв полностью отменит все силы противников. Поэтому пока будет сопротивление силе. А иммунитет к силе тоже 15 уровень нужен. Все. Менять. Все, мы прокачались по полную. У нас очков силы большое количество, потому что мы не поднимали уровень. Очков жизни у нас, конечно же, не сильно много, но если бы прокачивали выносливость, то было бы побольше. Но выносливость, в принципе, это не совсем главное. Поэтому закрыть. Ну что ж, теперь пойдем к жару.
Ah, good. Now that you have selected your crystal, we shall begin the construction of your lightsaber.
Сейчас мы изготовим световой меч. Пока такой. Мы потом модифицировать его будем, когда у нас появятся определенные кристаллы. Вот и у нас световой меч появился. Давайте теперь попробуем. Легкое, среднее. И не будем. Потом мы сделаем 2-й световой меч и будем сражаться с 2 клинками. Так. Нам опять нужно с жаром поговорить.
You have done extremely well in constructing your lightsaber, apprentice. Your crystal seems to have been set perfectly. It is rare indeed for that to happen the first time one constructs their lightsaber. These crystals are very rare, found only in certain caves strong in the Force. By adding crystals to your lightsaber, you can alter or enhance its properties. There have even been unconfirmed rumors of certain Force-sensitive caves here on Dantuin that may hold these crystals.
Ну да. Я могу найти кристаллы на Дантуине.
It is a rumor only. I do not know if there's any truth in it, but you must learn first to use your lightsaber and take care when drawing it. Your lightsaber identifies you as a member of the Jedi Order. With such recognition comes honor and respect, and the attentions of dangerous enemies. The Sith and Dark Jedi will seek to destroy you, apprentice. And you must prove yourself worthy in battle against a foe who also wields a lightsaber. Are you ready to face the final challenge, apprentice?
Я готов к 3-му испытанию.
For every Jedi, the threat of the dark side is always present. You must truly understand this before you are accepted into the Order. You must see the corruption of the dark side for yourself. Even here on Dantooine, there are places where the dark side holds sway, twisting and tainting nature itself. The ancient grove once used for deep meditation by the Jedi is now tainted. A wave of darkness perverts the region around it. The Kathhounds in the area have become savage and ruthless. They have become a threat to the settlers, a threat the Jedi have promised to stop.
Что я должен делать, мастер Жар?
The Kathhounds are but a symptom of the true problem. You must journey into the grove and confront the true source of the darkness. That is your task.
Больше никаких.
I can say no more. Some things you must see for yourself. None of the other Jedi at the Academy are permitted to help you in this task. But remember this, my young apprentice. A Jedi acts with patience and care, and those on the dark path are not always lost forever. The dark side still taints the ancient grove. Your lessons cannot continue until the spreading corruption of the dark side has been stopped. This is your task, apprentice. May the Force be with you.
Ладно, пошлите. Нам нужно идти во двор. Отправляемся.
The council has decreed you may come and go as you please.
Спасибо. Опять что-то карта беспокоит. Говорить с картой.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Хочу поговорить с вами.
Oh, you want to argue some more, is that it?
Когда не отказываюсь от поединка.
So I've seen. If I were Malik, I'd be a bit nervous to have you on my tail. I just don't trust easily. And for good reasons, which are my own.
Но мы ведь должны работать вместе, карт. Поэтому меня это касается.
Damn it. I suppose I won't get any rest until I talk, will I? You want to know why I don't trust anyone? Fine. Here goes. 5 years ago, the Jedi had just finished the war with the Mandalorians. Revan and Malik were heroes. I was damn proud to have served in their fleet. It was completely unexpected when they turned on us, invading the Republic while we were still weak. Nobody knew what to think, least of all me. Our heroes had become brutal, conquering Sith, and we were all but helpless before them. I mean, think about it. If you can't even trust the best of the Jedi, who can you trust?
И у вас счеты с Малаком Переваном.
It's not that. That's not what I mean. There were others, good, solid, trusted men who joined them. Malik and Revan and the Sith deserve to die for what they've done, but the ones who fled the Republic and joined them are even worse. The dark side has nothing to do with why they joined with the Sith. They deserve no mercy.
Говорите это с такой ненавистью.
I know. And I should apologize to you. I've become so accustomed to expecting the worst in others, and you've done nothing to deserve that. It's just... No, never mind. Let's just continue with what we were doing.
Ну ладно. Пошлите.
Are you a Jedi? How long can you people continue to sit by and claim you protect us? Protectors? Ha! You sit in your enclave safe from the Mandalorian.
О чем ты говоришь?
Those Mandalorian brutes have killed my daughter.
You should have protected her better. And you call yourself her father.
And what am I supposed to do against a dozen Mandalorians and Duros? Nothing. There was nothing I could do. They came to our land demanding our livelihood. But Ilsa, my Ilsa, said no.
Они ее убили.
There was nothing I could do. Too many of the Mandalorians and their Duros allies. I've come here to ask you, please, Master Jedi, stop these raiders and get revenge for my daughter.
Я еще не
But you
джедай.
have been accepted into the Order. Yours is the authority of the Jedi. I will give you all I have. Just please, annihilate them from the face of this planet.
Что, пошлите. Это гончая карта, о которой нам говорил Жар. Так, давайте их напугаем. Только одного напугать. Пошлите дальше. Так, будем опять, чтобы сэкономить аптечку, будем так делать. Так мы восстановим всю силу. Пошлите дальше. Слишком здесь задержались. Их испугать. Возвращаемся назад. Пошлите дальше. Давайте напугаем их. К одному. Лечимся. Там теперь сюда, в рощу. Вау, сколько ж вас тут много. Давайте их убиваем. Так-то лучше. Потихо опять испугали. Давайте сохранимся. Нет, сначала нужно вернуться на ястреб и обратно. Теперь сохраняемся. Сейчас нас будет здесь ждать. Нас уже ждали здесь.
I will be your doom!
Давайте Джухани попробуем напугать. Давайте подлечимся. Отлично испугали.
You are strong. Stronger than me, even in my darkness.
Кто ты такая?
I am Juhani, and this is my grove. This is the place of my dark power. This is the place you have invaded. When I embraced the dark side, this is where I sought my solace. It is mine.
Стала на темную сторону? Почему?
When I slew my master, KOtOR, I knew I could never go back. And now I revel in my dark power. Power enough to crush the life from someone such as you. Or so I had thought.
Темная сторона никогда не была достаточно мощна.
What is it you want? Why do you bother me?
Я посылал совет, чтобы избавиться от этой рощи.
The council has sent you here to kill me. Why then, when you bested me so easily, did you not simply finish your task? Is it not apparent that I can never be saved?
Так, не имею никакого желания убивать вас, Джухани.
Lies. Leave me and come back when you have the...
Нам нужно ее убедить.
The lies.
Да ёлки зеленые, да что ж такое?
I have fallen in dark power. The council has... You do not? I am pathetic. I sit here and think myself to be great by embracing the dark side, but I am nothing. There is no way I could be turned back. I always thought they held me back, or jealous of my power. This is only because I was not good enough to meet their standards. I never have been.
Ну-ка, Джухани, вы красивая молодая женщина, которая имеет большой талант.
I thank you for your kind words, Jedi. I seem to still have much to learn, both about being a Jedi and about myself. But I wish the cost of my ignorance had not been so high. I wish that my master had not suffered because of me.
Это не ваша ошибка, Джухани.
I only wish things could have been different. If she were alive now, there would be so much I would say to her. So much I would apologize for. How can the council ever take me back with what I have done? Striking my master down in anger is unforgivable.
Не волнуйся, Джухани, они, конечно, примут тебя обратно.
I should convince them that I am truly repentant, that I am willing to forsake the dark side. Maybe, just maybe, they would accept me back. Do you think they would? Could it be possible after what I've done?
Конечно, они всегда приняли бы вас обратно.
The council may forgive a lot, but not
Мне не
this.
получилось.
I am lost. Leave me to my...
Ладно.
How can I ever... I thank you, Master Jedi. I will return to the council then. I shall submit myself to their judgment and hope they will forgive me. Again, I thank you. I am sure I will hear great things about you in the future.
Получилось. Так, теперь давайте пойдем дальше. Стоп. Да, пошлите. Давайте их напугаем. Этих надо напугать. Так, давайте подлечим. Карта поднимем уровнем, навыки, лечением, способности, мастер скорострельности. Давайте подлечимся. Блин, а! Сзади нас окружили.
How'd you like that?
Отлично.
Sure.
Сам отрегенит. Мы давайте вернемся на Ибанхок и обратный транзит. Перед тем как доложиться, давайте отправимся в пещеру кристаллов. Она должна быть на следующей локации. Да. Да, вот она. Так, давайте их напугаем. Давайте их опять напугаем. Так. наша пещера кристаллов. Отправляемся. Вот он, язычков силы нет. Да ладно. Давайте напугаем. Идем дальше. Потихо бываем. Давайте подлечимся, а то нам слишком много на минуты медпакет. Опять подлечимся, давайте. Ну что ж, давайте кристаллы подбирать. Хотя... Давайте все осмотрим. Давайте собирать кристаллы. Чего? Так. Еще здесь были. Ну что ж, возвращаемся в ястреб. Так. Давайте поговорим с Кандерусом.
Yeah, what do you want?
Интересовало, знаете ли вы интересные истории?
You want to hear tales of my exploits? Of the wars I've seen and fought? The enemies I've seen die by my hand? Sure, I'll humor you. My name's Canderous, of the Mandalorian clan Ordo. I've been fighting across the galaxy for 40 of your years. For my people, it is the honor and glory of battle that rules us. It's through combat that we prove our worth, gain renown, and make our fortunes.
Значит, вы работаете наемником?
Times have changed now. The Mandalore clans have been scattered across the Outer Rim. The Republic is in decline, and the Sith Empire rises to take its place. The clans as they were aren't a threat, but the galaxy still fears us. People think we war out of spite or bloodlust. They don't understand, and fear that. We only wanted the challenge of the battle, and glory from it, win or lose. And we lost. But now I have no real challenges.
Crushing Davik's enemies and the pathetic gangs in the lower city of Taris could not be considered the most glorious of tasks. When I think of the battles I've fought, the thousands I've killed, the worlds I've burned, I weep for my past. We will never again speak of this. We've got work to do, so let's get to it.
Ты прав, Кандерус. Ну что ж, теперь давайте отправимся, доложим Совету и Жару, чтобы выполнили последние наши третьи испытания. И на этом серию закончим. Все. Так, где там наш Жар?
You have done well, my people. The ancient grove has been purified, and Juhani's journey down the dark path has been halted. Because of you, she walks once more in the light. But though she was saved, do not dismiss what happened to her. Juhani is both dedicated and true to the ideals of the Order, yet she was still vulnerable to the dark side, as are we all. She struck her master in anger during her training, and injured her greatly. But it was Quatra's choice to test Juhani this way, and it seems to have made its point. Juhani has been redeemed, and you have passed your final test. Congratulations, apprentice. Or should I say, congratulations, Padawan. You have proven yourself worthy of joining the Jedi. Let me be the first to welcome you as a full-fledged member of our order.
Так, теперь отправляемся к Совету, доложим.
Greetings, young Padawan. Have you come seeking knowledge of the past? Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it, or so they say. As a chronicler of the Academy here on Dantuin, I feel it is my duty to share the history of our order with the newly initiated. Unfortunately, our recent history is one of tragedy and bloodshed. The Mandalorian Wars, the fall of Revan and Malak, the rise of the Sith. There are important lessons to be learned from these events, if we do not wish to repeat the mistakes of our past. Of course, I could not tell you the entire history of our order. The Jedi have existed for thousands upon thousands of years. We are as old as the Republic itself. Instead, I will begin 40 years ago with the War of Exar Kun. Like Malak and Revan, Exar Kun was a Jedi who fell to the dark side and led an army against the Jedi and the Republic. Exar Kun was defeated, but the war left both the Republic and our own order severely weakened. For 20 years we struggled to rebuild, trying to erase the scars of the terrible conflict. All things in time. You shall learn that history is an intricate weaving of many events. No one thing can be understood without the proper context. 20 years ago, the Mandalorians, aware that the Republic was in a weakened state, began conquering small worlds on the Outer Rim. They were careful to choose only planets outside the Republic's jurisdiction. After much debate, the Senate chose not to intervene. As long as the Mandalorians avoided planets that were members of the Republic itself, there would be no retaliation. Well, you can hardly blame the Republic. The memory of war was fresh in everyone's mind. Nobody was eager to relive the horrors in a campaign against the Mandalorians. But in the end, it was unavoidable. The Mandalorians stockpiled resources from their conquered worlds, preparing for a massive assault. 7 years ago, they launched a simultaneous attack in 3 separate sectors of Republic space. The Senate had no choice but to retaliate with the entire Republic fleet. The Mandalorian Wars had begun. The Republic petitioned the Jedi Council for aid, but there were many factors to consider before we allowed ourselves to be drawn into another conflict, so soon after the war with Exar Kun. While the Jedi Council preached patience, there were many among our order who were eager for us to join the battle. 2 young knights in particular demanded immediate action, Revan and Malak. They rallied many of the Jedi to their cause, and against the wishes of their masters, joined the Republic fleet battling the Mandalorians. Revan was a brilliant military leader, and the Republic fleet began to win victory after victory. 4 years ago, the Mandalorians surrendered unconditionally. No one is denying that Revan was one of the keys to defeating the Mandalorians. But something happened out there on the Outer Rim. Instead of returning after the war's end, the ships under Revan's command went deep into unexplored space. They claimed to be searching for the last remnants of the Mandalorian fleet. All contact was lost. For many months, it was assumed some great disaster had befallen the entire fleet. Everyone thought they were dead. There were unsubstantiated rumors of Revan and Malak being seen on a number of different planets during these months, scattered sightings that were never confirmed. Perhaps they simply went far beyond the edges of Republic space. Maybe they found previously undiscovered hyperspace routes to the ends of the galaxy. Nobody knows for certain. 3 years ago, Revan and Malak returned at the head of a massive invasion fleet. Revan had assumed the title of Sith Lord. The hero had become a conqueror. As you wish. I will not force you to hear what I have to say, though I think it is unwise to ignore the lessons of the past. Perhaps you can return when you have more time.
I have nothing left to teach you, Padawan. Though a Jedi is ever learning, the lessons that yet await you are to be found beyond the walls of this academy. Now that the first stage of your training is complete, I am certain they would be eager to have you aid us in our struggle against Darth Malak and the Sith.
It is good to see Johnny has returned to the way of the light. You are to be commended for your role in this. Your actions, your training is now complete, Padawan. And perhaps now, it is time we dealt with the matter of the dream you and Bastila shared. When we heard of the ruins in your dreams, Master Dorak recognized it as one of a series of ancient structures here on Dantuin. This one in particular lies to the east of this enclave. We sent a Jedi to investigate, but he has not returned. Perhaps sending him in the first place was a mistake. The Force is guiding you through your visions. It may be that exploring the ruins is a task tied to your destiny. That is why the Council has now decided you should be the one to investigate this. The secrets to stopping Malak may be hidden within those ruins. You must investigate them and find what Revan and Malak were looking for. Be sure to bring Bastila with you. There is a powerful link between you, and you will need to draw strength from each other during the trials ahead.
I demand justice! The Central family is a blight upon Dantooine. They must be punished.
The Council will look into this matter, Mr. Matale. You must be patient. Your accusations have no proof, and we do not want you stirring up trouble with the Sandrals if there is some mistake.
Mistake? My son Shen is missing. How can there be any doubt the Sandrals are to blame?
There are other possible explanations for your son's disappearance.
Ah, you Jedi are good for nothing but talk. I shall only wait so long before I take action on my own.
As dangerous as the threat from Darth Malak and the Sith may be, we Jedi cannot simply abandon our other responsibilities. The Council has promised Alan Matale we will look into his son's disappearance. Should you have time, Padawan, you may want to investigate this matter.
If Shen Matali is not returned to his father, it may ignite a savage and bloody feud between the Matali and Sandral estates. We must not allow that to happen.
Your study and training are important, of course. But the Jedi are not a cloistered order. Our influence and teachings must spread beyond the walls of our academies.
It is in the real world that we truly prove ourselves worthy of the title Jedi. You would do well to remember this, young Padawan.
The task has its own importance. It may also serve to divert our minds for a short time. Something which carries its own rewards. What can I do?
повысим физическую силу, навыки лечения и внимательность. Силы. Это у нас будет, наверное... Пускай будет медленно. И все.
Yes?
И на этом серию закончим. Исследовать руины отправимся уже в следующий раз. Ну что ж, комментируйте, ставьте лайки. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Всем пока.